Morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Kende Irewole, your beautiful host on Sunday Digest with Kenny. Thank you for everyone that have been following me. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for always watching my video. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. Happy Sunday once again. And today I will be speaking on Leave Madam Potiphar. Leave Madam Potiphar. We are all familiar with the story of Potiphar's wife and Joseph, but I would like to share a twist to the plot today. We are aware that Madam Potiphar wanted to have an affair with Joseph. Joseph definitely must have been a very handsome guy, tall, dark, handsome, with six packs. He must have been a very good-looking guy that the master's wife would actually want to have an affair with him. She was so shameless that she stooped so low to have an affair with Joseph. She was so desperate that she resorted to grabbing the garment of Joseph while he was attending to his household chores. And while it was at a particular time where nobody was at home, it was just the two of them. It was just the two of them at home. And she thought to herself, wow, I finally gotten a chance with Joseph. Hey, that was what she must have thought. But no, that was not to be. Can I quickly draw our attention to some things before we continue? Your test of uprightness and your love for God, it will not always be tested when people are there. It will not always be tested when people are watching. The test of your uprightness will be tested where no one is watching. It will be tested where no one is watching. It will be tested when it is just between you, God, and your conscience. What would you do? Joseph knew that there was nobody on there. He would have had an affair with Potiphar's wife. Nobody will know. It will just be between us. You may look up, you may look down, you may look everywhere, you may not see anybody. But have you looked up? Have you looked up? Have you looked up? My dear, God is there. If there's no one watching, God is watching you. So Joseph had that. That was what was at the back of Joseph's mind. He saw that no one may be watching, but God is actually watching me, and he decided to stand for his faith. He said, "How can I do this terrible thing against my master? How can I do this terrible thing against God?" He ran. He left his garment in the wife of Potiphar's wife. It was later used as an exhibit, but destiny is more important. Destiny is more important. When you are faced with trials and temptation, remember that destiny is calling. Destiny is calling. Remember that the glorious destiny ahead of you. Glorious destiny ahead of you. If you look at the life of Jacob and Esau, because of sweet pottage, somebody lost his destiny. Don't because of that lose your destiny. When you are faced in a tight corner, look at destiny that is calling. Look at destiny that is calling. Look at God. Look at God. Look at yourself and say, what would Jesus do in that such a situation? See, your test of uprightness will not be tested when people are there. It will be tested when no one is watching, when no one is looking. It is what you do behind closed doors that matters. What you do behind closed doors matters. It is what you do behind closed doors that validates your strength of spirituality. You may be a good sister when everybody is looking at you, but when no one is watching, what do you do? That is the test of your spirituality. That is the test of your love for God. What are those thoughts going through your mind? What are those thoughts? If they are to look at the footage of your thoughts, would it be something worth watching, or it will be a shame to the eye? You think on this thing. Joseph decided not to compromise because of the destiny that we are ahead of him. He looked at the glorious destiny. He remembered his dream that he told his brothers that my father and the 11 stars, they came to bow down to him. Assuming he has fallen for the sin, Azumi has fallen into the hands of Madam Potiphar, he would never have gotten to the palace. His destiny would have been truncated. He would have ended as, at best, the head of prisoners. But no, he remembered, destiny is calling. Destiny is calling. Destiny is calling. If there's something I want you to hold on to this afternoon, remember something, that destiny is calling. Where no one is watching, destiny is calling. Let that ring in your subconscious, that destiny is calling. Joseph's uprightness was tested by this woman, and he knew that this was a critical critical life decision that could determine the outcome of his journey, whether he will end up as a prisoner, whether he will end up as a slave boy, or whether he will come out of the palace. That decision was very critical. He knew that if he took the action of sleeping with his master's wife, his dreams were about to fade into oblivion. His dreams were about to fade away. His dream would have just ended as a dream. They would not have come into manifestation. He was so conscious of his dreams that it took a physical intervention by fleeing. He fled. He knew that destiny was calling. He knew that destiny was more important than a few minutes of pleasure. Can we take that lesson from Joseph today? Let us take that lesson that our destiny is more important than few minutes of pleasure. It is our destiny is more important than immediate gratification. I tell you, sister, I tell you, brother, delayed gratification is better than immediate gratification. You may get that money today, but money has wings, it can fly away. Why do you want to compromise your stand? Remember, my dad will always say something. You are so desperate to have a position, and you are doing everything in your capacity to get into that position. If you get there, what if those people that put you in are still the same set of people that you remove in? But why don't you allow God himself place you? The Bible says he setteth up kings. That is what God can do. And when God puts you in a position, no man can unseat you. A man who God has crowned, no man can take away his crown. You get? A man who God has crowned, no man can take away his crown. So today, are you faced with Madam Potiphar of life? Are you faced with them? When the Madam Potiphars of life come your way in life, you don't negotiate with them. No. Joseph did not stoop low and was begging. Assuming he begged, she would have talked him into it that nothing will happen. My husband will not get to know. I will get you out of this place. But no, he didn't negotiate with her. He fled. He realized that the woman held on to his garment, and instead of retaining the pride of his physical appearance while becoming naked for the world to see, he ran out naked to remain clothed in God's presence. Joseph ran out naked. Brother, sister, it is better to be naked before the world and clothed before God. It is better than to be clothed in the world and naked before God. That is a disaster. Joseph preferred to lose his face with Potiphar's wife than lose his face with God. You see, it's better we lose face with men sometimes than lose face with God. Because I tell you, what matters eventually is not what men say. What matters eventually is what God says. So I dare you, it's better you lose face with men than lose face with your God, who at the end of the day you are accountable to, and you will stand before him in judgment. Joseph chose that. He chose that way of losing face with Potiphar's wife than losing face with God. He gave the woman his garments that the woman thought she could use to pin him down, and ran out of the house. Dearest, what is that garment in your life that the devil always gets hold of to forcefully lure you into sinful acts? What are the objects of your pride that are always used by the devil as his last card to pin you down on the bondage of corruption? Is it when you are broke that the devil will say, babe, you are in charge of this money, take one or 2,000. Nobody will get to know. When you have it, you will put it back. No. What is that button in your life that when the devil tries his possible best to press, that you become vulnerable when he presses it? Who is that person in your life that the devil is always using to gain access to the foundation of your convictions? There are some people, they gain access to your conviction that when they speak to you, you automatically lose your conviction. There are some people that when you speak to them, they strengthen your convictions. Those are the kind of people you should mingle with. Could it be your spouse? Could it be your job? Could it be your ministry? Could it be your business? Could it be your social status? Could it be your whatever it is? Let go of the Madam Potiphars that will ruin you of your face with God. Let go of Madam Potiphars that will ruin your destiny. Let go of Madam Potiphar that may give you immediate gratification. I tell you, delayed gratification is better. It's better always. For that 5 minutes of sex, outside wedlock, would you jeopardize your destiny on the altar of sex, on the altar of impurity, on the altar of lies? No. Destiny is calling. That's my message today. Destiny is calling. Destiny is calling so much that you can't allow the Madam Potiphars of this life to rid you of the great destiny that is ahead of you. Joseph would have ruined his destiny if he gave in to Madam Potiphar. What are those things the devil can easily grab in your life, knowing that once he grabs them, he has grabbed you? Is it those fine clothes? Is it those cars? Is it that connection? Is it that wealth? What are those things? You must let go of those, Madam Potiphar. It is time to shame the devil by letting him know that your life is not. It is time to prove to the devil that the garment is not your God. It is time to flee, leaving that garment behind as you run to safety in God. If you must overcome the schemes of the devil and his unending temptation, you must put on the cloak of violence. Joseph was not soft with Potiphar's wife. He was not soft with her. He ran for his dear life. He ran. Like they say, run no. Run no. That's what you should do. If there's anything that will stand in the way between you and your destiny, what you do? You run no. You run no. That's what you should do. Put up a fierce and aggressive resistance against him. You know what? The devil you are playing with is not playing with you. No this and no peace. You must resist him. You don't romance sin and call sin and rub sin on the head. No. You resist sin and run away from sin. As you go this week, resist the Madam Potiphars in your life that they want to cause conflict between you and God. Resist them. Let go of the Madam Potiphar. Don't compromise your purity. No. If a man will get to the throne, then his purity must not be compromised. If a man will go far in destiny, then purity must not be compromised. Joseph, he got to the palace because he did not compromise his purity. He didn't compromise his stand. He didn't compromise his convictions. So I dare you, as you go this week, don't compromise your convictions. Run from the Madam Potiphar. Don't compromise your stand in God, not for anything. If there are things that are coming to test your convictions, to test your purity, you flee. The Bible says, resist the devil and he shall flee from you. And how do you resist the devil? It's by taking a stand in God. Joseph knew his stand in God. That was why he could resist Madam Potiphar. You must know your stand in God. When you know your stand in God, then you'll be able to resist the Madam Potiphars of life. Know your stand in God. Know your stand in God. I also amount that. Know your standing, God. And remember, destiny is calling. Destiny is calling. Destiny is calling. Run from the Madam Potiphars of life. Run from them. And I pray God will help you. The Bible says, let everyone that thinks he stands take heed lest he falls. And if you are standing, take heed. The Bible says, for by strength shall no man prevail. No man resist the devil by his own strength. You resist the devil on the terms of God, in the place of prayer, in the place of the word. That is how you resist the devil. I see you winning. I see you winning this week. Resist the Madam Potiphars. And when you resist them, you will get to the destination called destiny. God bless you. I remain Kehinde Joe. Kehinde Irewole, your beautiful host on Sunday Digest with Kenny. If this blessed you, please like, share, and subscribe. God bless you. I love you so much. Till I come your way again next week, Sunday. God bless you.